of the soil. Now, where can we find soil? So this is the opening question or the question opener for you to answer, for you to share your ideas. Where can we find soil? Okay, do you have any idea where can we find soil? Okay, if you want to answer, just raise your hand there in the reaction button. First, I will recognize that one. But for those who are here, where can we find soil? Do you have any idea? Where can we find soil? Yes, Andy? Oh, yes, Alinta. Alinta girl. Yes, Alinta, where can we find soil?
We can find soil at the forest, at the desert, and at our garden.
Oh, thanks for sharing your answer. You answered 3 answers. Great for you. So we can find, according to Alinta, we can find in the desert, in the forest, and also in our garden. So what about you, Best? Where can we find soil, Best? So what about the others? If you know some answers about the question, where can we find soil? Just raise your right hand or whatever. If you're left hand, it's okay. Whatever hand that you're using, it's okay for me. Just raise your hand and answer the question. Where can we find soil? In playground. According to Best, we can find soil in playground as well. So we have Tinchai.
Desert.
In a desert, so already mentioned by Aline. So what else? What else?
Sea.
Under the sea. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your answer. Such a good boy. It's a good answer as well. So thank you. So there are many areas that we can find soils actually. So here, our earth is covered with soil. So remember this one, that the earth that we're living in is the only, let's say, that we're living in is what? Covered with soil. You can find soil in the desert. You said a while ago. We can find soil in a desert, man. It's a very, it's look like a wilderness. There's no trees. There are no trees that you can see because it's full of sand. I will stay there. Oh, I cannot leave. No, I cannot survive. Yeah. Aline, can you?
Probably no.
What?
It's a probably no.
Yeah. Thanks. So we can find also at the bottom of the sea. Thank you. The sea. In sand in the seashore, in the beach. See that? We can find, because the sand is also soil. Sand belongs to soil as well. So we can find this one in different places, like a desert, like the sea, like, yeah, whatever, wherever. So what are the components of soil? So what are the components of soil? We will be learning this one as we go on. Here, soil forms from rocks. Okay, soil forms from rocks. Water, wind, strong heat, or ice can break rocks up into smaller pieces. Okay, with the help of the water, with the help of the wind, with the help of the strong heat, and with the help of the ice, the rocks will be broken and will be broken into pieces. For how many years that the rocks will turn into soil? After many years. How many is that many? Of course, it's many years. It's uncountable. You cannot count. Yeah. After many, many years, the rocks become soil. See that? So after many years. So here we have the water, the wind, the strong heat, and the ice are the factors that help the rocks to be broken in two pieces to make a what? Soil, form soil particles. Soil is made of many things. This is the soil particles. Soil particle separation. We have the floating water here, the first one, and the clear water is the second. The clay will be the third. The fourth will be the silt. And the last but not the least, and the bottom, we have the sand particles. So in the components of soil, you can see this one. We have the 25% air, 25% water, and 5% organic matter, and rock particles is what? 45%. See that? The rock particles are 45%. The reason why that the earth that we are living this time is not soft. It's hard because of the 45% rock particles in it. Organic matter is only 5% of it. Water is 25%. Water is 25%, and we have air is 25% as well. So here's the summary. Soil is 45%. Soil is 45% rock particles, 25% water, 25% air, and 5% organic matter. So I want you to remember this one, and I'm pretty sure that I will include this one in your tests. So you have to remember the components of soil. Here, soil forms from rocks. Okay, remember? Soil forms from rocks. Rock pieces, three types of rock pieces are found in soil. We have here the sand. Sand particles are the largest particles. Remember, there are three. What are those three pieces? We have pieces. We have the rock or the sand, the silt, and the clay. Now, the silt is what? Silt particles are smaller than sand particles. So if you are going to compare this one, these two, sand has the largest particle of all. See, if you are going to go to the beach, and if you're swimming in the beaches, or whatever beaches that you want to swim. Yes, Aline? Aline, I think Aline wants to say something about it.
Teacher, what is particles?
Particles is like, more like the texture of a certain soil. Like for example, yeah, something like that. The texture of a certain part soil, like the sun. If you're going to get the sun and put in your hand, you can feel the particles are big. If you're going to touch like that, big. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. The soil is big. That is particles. You can see like that. This is the particles are big. But if the silt, you can feel that it's a little bit smaller, no? Smaller than the sand. But if the clay, look at the particles of the clay. Clay is too small to be seen in a single particle. Like for example, the sand is big if you're going to touch like that. The silt is a little bit smaller, while the clay is too small. Can you touch the clay like this? The same with the sand? No, because the clay has a very, very small particles. Very, very small particles. I don't know what is particles in Thai. I don't know what is this in Thai. I said, what is that? Am I correct? Ah, yeah. Sand has, if you're going to touch the sand has large particles. Silt, a little bit smaller, while the clay has very small, very small. Alin, Alin, is that is that real? The fish at your back? I know, yeah, yeah. Because it seems that it's real. Thank you. Next, rock pieces. We have the sand. Look at the sand. The particles of the sand. The sand are big, right? The silt, a little bit fine. Yes.
Teacher is so rough. Like I look at it, it's like so like
What?
I can see the rocks. The rocks and
Yes,
the sand
yes.
are really big.
Okay, rocks are also particles.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Touch the rock, you can feel the large particles.
I can
The
see it.
silt, a little bit small, and clay, oh, very small.
I cannot see.
Yeah, we cannot see. We cannot see. Very fine. Very fine.
Like if you just touch and like you get one piece, you don't even see. No one
Yes.
can see. Only the ants can see.
Yes. Tinsai, yes, Tinsai. Tinsai, yes.
Teacher, I know what is particle.
I already explained it. Okay.
I know particle is anupa.
Oh, wow, wow. Thank you. Thank you, Tinsai. Thank you for helping to explain and to say it in Thai for your friends to understand. Next, humus. What do you mean by humus? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Best. Humus, humus is what? Is a very good soil for us to plant vegetables and fruits. Okay? Plants grow well in soil. Many animals live in soil too. Humus is one of the best soil for us to plant our vegetables and fruits. See, if you want to plant vegetables and fruits, you can use humus. And humus is considered as organic matter. How many percent is the organic matter? How many percent is the organic matter? 5%. 5% in the components of soil. So humus belongs to it. When plants and animals die, the remain forms of part will become soil. I think this is the wrong grammar now. I forgot. No, remain forms of part will become soil too. Forms of part of soil too. So that means the carcass and the decomposed plants. I will tell you later, and we call them humus. And remember, humus is dark brown and black. So that is, or that those are the colors of humus. So if you look around, if you can see that the color of the soil is dark brown or black, that means you can conclude that that soil is full of humus. Or so we say, there's humus in it. It's good for planting. Good for planting. Look at this. Organic matter, we have decomposed leaves and dog carcass. See, the decomposed leaves will become organic matter, and the carcass of a dog will become an organic matter, which is good for planting. vegetables, and fruits. How many percent is the organic matter? How many percent?
25.
Organic matter, how many percent?
45.
Organic matter. Organic matter, how many percent of it? Yeah, if you want to answer, you can. What? 5. You told a while ago. Organic matter is 5%. Okay? 5%. So good for planting. Okay, if you want to plant some vegetables and fruits in your garden, you are going to consider the humus present in it. But what about the air? Soil is made from particles. Yes. Soil is made from particles. These spaces between there are them filled with air. So I will show you later what are particles. The bigger the particles, the bigger the air spaces in between. So these are particles. For those who doesn't know yet what is particles, this is it. These are particles. Nah, this one. I will make. Nah, these are the particles. These are particles. Nah, those are particles that you can see in the soil. Okay, now these are particles. Now bigger particles. These are particles. Nah. Particles. Very big particles. Okay, water. When it rains, water flows into spaces in the soil. Now, see that? That's what I have told you. These are the particles. These are the particles. According here, some of the water will be taken up by the roots of plants. Right here, living things. I think this is the last. What about living things? There are some living things in the soil. Okay, some of them are too small to be seen. Okay, some of them are too small to be seen. One of this is bacteria. Yes, yes, Alinta.
Sure, I don't like the earthworm. That's
Sorry,
the earthworm
sorry.
video right there.
Oh, some of you doesn't like the earthworm, but for me it's okay. Okay, one of this is bacteria that breaks down dead plants and animals. See that? There are many living organisms or living things that lives under the soil. So say that lives in the soil that we cannot see, that can't be seen by our eyes because it's too small. But whatever things in it in the soil, you have to be very careful because there is bacteria that keep our body sick, that can make us sick. So what are you going to do? If you touch the soil, brother, kids, you have to wash your hand with soap so that your hands will be dirty and will be clean, and then you will not get sick easily. So those are the things that I want you to learn for today about the soil. The soil is very important to each one of us. Kids, let's review how much percent is the organic matter in the components of soil. Organic matter contains how many percent? How many percent is the organic matter? 5%. Very good. Organic matter contains 5%. What about the rock particles? Huh? Alin na? Rock particles. 45. Rock particles, 45%. What about the water? 25%. What about the air? 25%. Very good. See, the air is 25%, the water is 25%, the organic matter is only 5%, and the rock particles is 45%. So thank you so much. Yes, no homework for today because we will be doing it next time. Thank you. We'll be doing it next time. So thank you so much for coming, kids, and have a good day to all of you. See you next time. Bye. Wait. I will like this.